Welcome to 7-Star Tactical. Today, we're setting up an expander die from the Hornady Custom Die set. Let's get to it. Today we're going to be adjusting the expander die on the Hornady Custom Grade Dies. Today, for an example, we're using the 9mm Luger or 9x21 die set. First step with any die set is to degrease the die. I went ahead and did that off camera because it's boring. Alright, just like the sizing die, you're first going to take your Hornady die bushing, stick it in here, and just twist that into place. Now what you want to do is whatever caliber you're reloading, so I'm doing 9mm. You're going to take your 9mm shell holder or whatever caliber you're doing, and I'm just going to stick it in here. Now, you can't set up this die without a case. So if you don't have any cases, you're done. Go get some empty cases. I happen to get some 9mm dies, so I got a bunch of 9mm cases that are sized and deprimed and ready to go here. So we're going to try these in the expander. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so step one. Put your case in your shell holder. Step two, and I've already done this, but you're going to want to take the locking ring if it's tightened. This one was actually tightened from the factory. So just, you want to loosen the locking ring a little bit and then just spin it up to the top around. Step three, you're going to take your die, just kind of stick it in here a little bit so it doesn't fall on you. Then you want to raise this ram all the way to the top again. And again, these cam over, so make sure it's actually at the top. Hold it there. And then you're going to screw this die down until you feel the expander inside touch the case mount. Which might be a minute. Good Lord. There you go. Alright, so that's touching the case mount. Then you can lower this. The important thing to note about the case mount expander die or expander die or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter, does it? You do not want to bell this case so much that you ruin it. So what you're really looking for here, and you probably, if you don't have one of these already and you're reloading, you're wrong and you need one. Get a nice pair of digital calibers, or get a crappy Cabela's pair. It doesn't really matter as long as it's somewhat accurate. What you want to do is measure this case mouth. Yeah. Alright, we're approximately 9.51. So what we want to do is just expand this 0.1. So what you don't want to do is bell this out so much that you can't fit it in the bullet seating die or even put it back in the resizer to fix it. So I went ahead and I was working on 10mm. I had a couple of cases here to show you why you don't want to do that. So this 10mm, you can see right there where it's crushed at the top because I belled this one a little too much, and then I went to put it in the resizer to fix it, and it was too wide and it crushed the case top instead. So that was me trying to dial in the expander. This is me showing you on purpose what happens when you mess the expander up. This is what you really don't want. See that? See how the top of that looks like a rivet? You don't want that. You will never get that in any of the other dies. That brass is, for all intents and purposes, toast, unless you're, a brass expert and you want to fix it. But is it really worth your time and effort? Probably not. So don't do that. That's what you don't want with the case expander, okay? Move our 50 out of the way. So the way you do this So we put this in just until it was touching the mouth of the case. You want to pull the case back down here and just give it about a quarter of a turn. And then just keep doing it in quarter turn increments until you get that 0.1 bigger. Now I can just tell feeling this, there's no bell there. It's still pretty straight walled. There's a little bit of a bell there now. So we're going to come back in here with our calipers. .56. So we want a little more. Perfect. That's it. So you can feel just a slight belling out on the end here, but you don't really see much there. And it's very easy to test this. Take your case and then take your projectile. Does it push in just a little way? Yep, that's it. That's all you want. You don't want it to fall in there. You don't want it to be able to push it all the way in by hand. You just want it to fit in without shaving the sides of the bullet. So once you get it to that area, I like to just hold it in place so it doesn't turn when I'm turning this. Snug that locking ring down. And then clamp it on. There we go. Now, never trust your first measurement of anything. So now what we're going to do, just go inside the case. 8.91. Take the case back on the top here. Oops. What should that mean? You just uncoordinated this morning. And it's just slightly over, but that's okay. And that's it. That's all you want. Just be able to seat it in there and not have it tilt over until your seating die gets it on there. And that's it. We've got some extra stuff that we got in, thankfully. So found some bullets for both 10 and 9mm. I already had stuff to reload 9. I've got small pistol primers and powder. I've got accurate number 9 now for 10mm and 300 blackout. Excellent. I'd like to give a shout out to the reloading subreddit who helped me find some 9mm dies. And when I went to pick those up at the local academy, they had 300 blackout dies too. Well, they had one of each of these and I took them both. Sorry. So now we got 9, 300 blackout, and 10mm. Excellent. Going to be doing some powder coating in the future here. I'll make a video on that. We're going to powder coat the hard cast 10mm bullets. You can see I've got a bunch of 9mm casings here, all ready to go, about 250. Got some awesome SIG V crowns for the 9mm. So yeah, that's it, man. That's how to set up the expander die. It's going to be a quick video this week. Oh, Mr. McKay says hi. Alright, so that's going to be it for this week's video, guys. It's going to be a short one, but that's an expander die. I mean, that's all it does is expand that case mouth a little bit so you can fit the bullet in. We'll do some more reloading videos here because I'm getting into reloading again. I got a bunch of stuff coming up. I'm going to do some more gun reviews and all sorts of fun stuff planned. And now that I can find some supplies and make some bullets, we'll get back out on the range and do more stuff out there too. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Take care, folks. Until next time, see you. If you guys have any questions about anything you see in the video, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer all the questions. This is for the Hornady Custom Die set for the pistol dies. So rifle dies are going to be a little bit different, and I may just go back and do other videos on rifle dies. But just so you guys know, these are for pistol dies. You don't need any lube on these pistol dies because the lube is to keep the case from sticking in the resizing dot. And if you'll notice on the bottom of these Hornady dies, you have a tin ring here. So titanium nitride coated ring. So it's super slick, and that's what you use in place of lubrication is this titanium nitride ring. So you don't have to lube these. I mean, you can if you want, but then why would you bother with these dies? So this is YouTube, and they have rules about showing you guys how to create ammunition. So I'm not covering every step of the reloading process. I don't want to get banned because I'm having fun getting subscribers and getting people to like my videos, and I don't want them all taken off YouTube. So if you need a step-by-step of the reloading process, all of the major reloading press manufacturers, Hornady, Lee, Lyman, Dillon, all of them have like reloading manuals that give you step-by-step processes. So if you see me not talking about resizing cases and such, well, first of all, or not resizing if you cutting down or, you know, resizing the case because it's too long. That's often mostly rifles instead of pistols anyway. But I'm not covering all the steps just because I don't want to get banned or slapped or whatever they do to you, tortured, metal poker in the eye, whatever it is YouTube does to people who violate the rules. I don't want that to happen to me. So we're not going step by step. But I figure a lot of people have questions about how to set up their dies. So that's what we're doing right now. I may cover some other steps separately later, but you're never going to get a step by step because I'm following the rules. See, YouTube, follow your rules. Are they behind me? Also, what was I going to say? The first step, as with any die set, is to degree. Make a noise. I had that on 8K video. That's you're never going to see that because that won't even upload. I just have a massive file size somewhere.